right, so hopefully you can hear me, you can see me. Let's start seated. You can sit on a cushion, a block, or a bolster. Just allow the feet to be comfortable in front of you. They can be soles of the feet together, or you might prefer cross-legged. Take the hands out to the side and just relax through the shoulders, relax the neck, get rid of any of that tightness from your day. And then just gently drop the belly back behind you so that you can start to drop the chin towards the chest. And then gently just release and just press the chest forward, lift the gaze so that you can just drop back on the exhale and press forward on the inhale. It's like a cat and cow seated. Once you've done 2 or 3 of those, just find yourself in a neutral place, shoulders above the hips, lengthening through the spine, maybe closing the eyes. And allow this sense of space between the ears and the collarbone here. So the crown of the head starts reaching up towards the sky and the sit bones start to ground you into the earth. And just breathe into the torso, breathe into the spine. So maybe your breath is 3, 4, 5 counts long. And make sure the exhale breath out is the same, 3, 4, 5 counts out. And on that exhale, allow a sense of letting go, tightness, tension, gripping, muscle contraction, joints become heavier. On the inhale, the breath travels around the entire body to the fingertips, to the toes, and to the crown of your head. And ensure that that breath is steady for you to find a rhythm, so that you can draw yourself into this space, into the here, into the now, letting thoughts of your day go and letting thoughts of the future drift away. Our practice throughout the month of May will be Hatha based rather than Vinyasa flow. So we take a posture and we hold it for a number of breaths. Try to find the rhythmic breath that we've got just at this point of the practice for each of those asanas, each of those postures that we come to. And there are always going to be modifications using props that you have available to you as well. And we always come to our mat honouring and respecting how we feel in that present moment, never pushing ourselves past that point of edge into a place of pain. So if something isn't working for you, soften, come out just a little bit, or take a modification. And most of today's practice will be working through twists and revolved work through the spine. Reach the arms out to the side, open the palms up to the sky, fingertips reach away, and just gently drop the shoulders away from the ears here. Feel the shoulder blades broad across the back, feel the chest broad across the front, and then change the gaze as the arms go towards the sky. Maybe the palms meet, Maybe they don't. Maybe you reach up towards the sky, drop the shoulders a little bit more. Keep looking towards the fingertips as if somebody is pulling you towards the sky, lengthening the side body. And then draw the hands down through the center line, through the center meridian, past the crown, past the third eye, past the mouth, past the throat, and settling at the heart space in the center of your sternum. Press the thumbs into the sternum and maybe find an intention or a statement of affirmation beginning with I am for yourself for practice. Gently release the hands, open the eyes, and start to circle through the wrists. Just get some mobilization into the wrists, circling one way and the other. Taking that into the shoulders, we're going to draw a big circle with the top of the shoulder so they come forward and up on your in-breath, and they go back and down on your out-breath. So breathing in for 3, breathing out for 3. Last time, breathe in and out. Reaching the left arm out to the side of you here. You might be sitting on something, you might be on your mat at this point. We're going to come into a side body stretch, and you can always have a block by the side of you to put your hand or your forearm on. Let's come to my mat. And if you wish to here, you can bring the soles of the feet together if they were in cross-legged at that point. Really ground through the sit bones. So again, either the hand or the forearm comes down, but try not to lift that hip away from the mat as you think, oh, I'm going to get to the mat. I'm going to really go down to the mat. I want you to ground through both sit bones. There's lift into the side body here. Arm just reaches up to the sky for a moment. So stacking the wrist, shoulder, and hip. Deep breath out. Keep reaching long with those fingers. Feel that side body stretch. Nice. If you feel comfortable to do so, exhale. Hand comes over the top of the head. Bicep to ear. Reach the fingers away. We haven't moved the torso in any way at all. We haven't lifted that hip up. And exhale a little bit more. Maybe the body goes down. Always at your own pace and your own pace of breath. Rotate a little bit through the rib cage, and maybe you change the gaze to look underneath the elbow. Keep drawing that right hip down. Press away through the hand or the forearm. Bring yourself back up into center. Let's take a twist here. So we're going to take the left hand round and the right hand comes towards the knee. Open the chest up to the side. Gaze can look straight ahead, or again, your choice, neck can be involved. Turning the head to look over that back shoulder. Keep length through the spine on your inhale breath. Exhale, you might take the twist a little deeper. We're just warming up, so we don't have to force anything at all. Find those steady breaths. Maybe you're a 3, 4, or a 5 count on the in. 3, 4, 5 count on the out. Bring yourself back into center. Change the block over to the other side. Again, hand comes down or the forearm. And then just gently keep that lift as that arm raises up towards the sky. Wrist, shoulder, hip, all in alignment. Reach, reach, reach. Stretch, 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 and breathe. Nice side body stretches here. Keep grounding through that opposite hip, and then maybe that arm comes over, bicep towards the ear. Keep the lift in the side body. Is sound doing the cleaning? Or is he scaring mosquitoes away? Hi, Sam. And rotating a little bit through the ribcage, maybe changing the gaze to look underneath the armpit if the neck allows. Remember, the neck can always stay looking forward. Good. Find the breath. And press away through the forearm or the hand. Bring you back into center. Take that twist. Fingertips go back behind you. Hand might come onto the knee for leverage. Open the chest. Again, looking forward or choosing to look over that back shoulder. Shoulders are nice and level here. We're not lifting one shoulder up higher than the other. So think about the shoulders being nice and square. Gently bring yourself back into center. We're going to take a forward fold here. So chin comes down to the chest, relax the shoulders, let the head drop down towards the mat and towards the heels. And then give yourself a little bit of breathing room. Belly relaxes. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Nice and gently roll up through the spine, coming back up into that seated position. Fingertips go back behind you here, and fingertips face forward. You draw the elbows in towards one another, and then that sternum starts to lift as if somebody's got a nice little thread, just lifting the chest up towards the sky. Again, you can take the gaze to the sky, but try not to compress into the neck. So you've got that long cervical spine, all 7 cervical vertebrae are opening up, not closing and compressing. And slowly bring the head back into center, lift the knees and give yourself a hug here, but drop the belly back this time. So it's imagining that the scooping out through the front of the body. Curling through the back as much as you can. Nice. Maybe using a strap for the next one. So your left leg goes out in front of you and you can take the strap onto the right foot. We're going to start by drawing the knee in towards the chest, but just take a note of if you draw it in towards the chest, do you sink back towards the back of your mat, or are you keeping nice and upright? You can always sit on a block or a cushion here. That does help you keep that lift if you're not grounding through those sit bones. So drawing that knee tight in towards you, and then if you wish, you can start to extend the leg out in front of you. Toes draw back towards you. If that's too tight, take a soft bend into the knee, but try not to drop the body back. Keeping nice and upright. Yeah, we'll see how far we go with this one. So again, warming up. We don't have to do too much. We're just holding with the strap. Let the leg be heavy. You're not holding the leg, the strap is, or your hands. Keeping nice and lifted through the spine. Good. And gently release the heel down and change legs. If you're not using a strap for this one, I would advise you to hold the calf or the shin so that you can keep that body lifting and you're supporting the leg up towards you. So draw the knee in towards the chest, sit nice and tall, ground through both sit bones, relax the shoulders, and then start to exhale and extend that leg out in front of you. Toes draw back towards you. And again, soft bend into the knee if you need, if it's particularly tight in those hamstrings. Hold the leg. Don't let the leg hold itself. That's it. It can always be here. Leg doesn't have to be straight. You can always hold it under the knee as well. That's it. Perfect. You got it. Few breaths. We're going to change this one in a moment. And gently release that down. So feet go out in front of you. Inhale, the arms go up. Exhale, let's reach long through the spine. Take a forward fold here. Again, still warming up. So bend the knees if you need. Give yourself that lift. And then exhale, take the fold. Let the head be involved here. Chin relaxes, facial expression relaxes, head is heavy towards the knees. And if you haven't got a yoga strap, a tea towel or a towel or a belt will do. Few more breaths, relax through the spine. And then gently bring yourself up to seated. Hands come back behind you, fingertips face forward. Again, lift through the sternum. Long spine, maybe the gaze goes towards the sky. All right, we're going to vary that heron pose into a revolve. So I'm going to turn around and face you. Right leg. Again, so draw the knee in towards the chest. We're going to lift that leg up and we're going to take the left hand to the outer edge of that foot or the calf and we're going to start to twist towards that leg. Now again, if you need to, you can hook that arm underneath the leg. I want you to get the chest and the belly towards the thigh. So twisting towards the leg, not away. Right arm under, left leg. That's it, Ali. Perfect. Yeah. Twist, twist, twist. Now, just take a notice. See if that leg has crossed over the other leg. Or is it still in line with the hip? We have a tendency to want to twist, 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 and we're going to pull that leg across. So keep that leg in alignment of the hip. All you can probably see is my sole of my foot here. Keep lifting through the spine, always taking a bend into that knee if you need, and gently release. Good. All right, take it to the other side. So there's always these options. It's more about getting that twist through the torso. We're twisting towards the thigh rather than getting the leg straight out and then pulling it across the body, you know, and kind of disforming the shape almost of what we're trying to achieve here, which is our kind of twist and our revolve. So again, using the strap or the hand, outer side of that foot, hand comes back to stabilize and support you, and then lift. So we're not sinking back here. Good. Find some steady breaths. I'm sure you can tell where we might be going later. Take a look forward. Have you crossed that leg over the path of your opposite leg? Lift a little bit more. Good. Twist a little bit deeper on your exhale. And gently release the leg. Give the legs a little shake. And then swing them around behind you. Let's take some cat and cow. So inhaling into cow, dropping through the belly, opening up through the chest. Exhale, curling into cat. Chin comes to chest. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, curl to cat. Find that 3, 4 or 5 breath. Equal in, equal out. And let's come back to a child's pose after your last cat. Release the hips back towards the heels. Hands might come to the wider part of your mat if that's tight into the shoulders, or you can rest the head on the back of the hands or on a block. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Breathe through the back body, opening each and every vertebra. And inhale back into tabletop position. Pad out the knees if you need to. Here, lifting up the left arm. Open up through the side body. Press the back of the hand away and then thread it through and under, coming all the way down onto the shoulder, and then maybe keeping that right palm grounding or reaching that right arm forward to the front of the mat. Or another option, taking the bind, right hand comes to left hip or thigh, and then you can start to roll the rib cage, resting nice and comfortably on the left side of your head or the ear. Knees are knees are underneath the hips, nice. Find the breath here. We'll be holding all of these for about 5 breaths today. So that you can really draw into the breath. Sometimes it helps to close the eyes and visualize you in this posture from above. Gently press into that right palm, bring yourself back into the center. Right arm sweeps up, back of the hand presses away, open through the armpit, the shoulder, the rib cage, and then threading it through, send the fingertips away, draw the shoulder down, and then maybe the palm stays on the mat or the palm reaches forward, or you have that option of that bind where the left hand comes to right thigh or hip. Breathe into the rib cage, into the spine, press the tops of the feet, the shins into the mat. Nice and comfortable on that ear. And release the hand back, press into the palm, slowly come back up to tabletop and just sway the hips from side to side here. And then maybe a few little circles one way with the hips. See how that feels into the pelvis. It's all about pelvic stability through our twists and revolve today as well. So really being aware of the right and the left hips. Right foot comes forward into a dragon lunge. Bringing blocks or a bolster. Right foot underneath that right knee. So making sure that you're stacking those joints. Remember, stacking joints is the safest And the most stable way of finding all of your postures, keeping the chest nice and upright, dropping the shoulders, padding out under that back knee if you're on a hard surface. Those blocks can be on any of those levels. And if you haven't got blocks, you might be on the fingertips here. That's it, perfect. Doing great. Dropping through this left hip. Really feel that left hip drawing itself down towards the mat. From here, using a block if you need to, placing the hand either on the block or the mat. We're going to start to drop into this left hip and pelvis as we sweep the right arm back behind us. Nice gentle opening here. Maybe that hand just comes to the base of the sacrum. You can press into the sacrum if you like. And what tends to happen with that front right foot is you go onto the knife edge or the outer edge of the foot. So the sole starts to lift away from the mat so that you can wing that knee out a little bit deeper to the side. Maybe taking a gaze back towards that foot, pressing into that left hand, keeping lift through the body. Nice and slowly bring that right arm back and then come into half splits. Maybe using those blocks once more. Drawing the toes up towards you. Try not to go too far back here, so you're really keeping, again, hip on knee alignment. Bend into that front right knee if you need to. Hamstrings might be screaming at you. Lengthen through the spine and then exhale. Chin reaches towards the shin. Chin to chin. Chin to shin. Cool, you can't say that fast. Chin to shin. Exhale. Good one if you run, walk a lot. Release into the back of the knee if that's uncomfortable. Couple more breaths. Each exhale takes the body a little bit deeper. Relax over that front thigh. Slowly bring the hands back. Lift the body. Sweep that right leg back and sway out. Give yourself some circles into the hips. See how that responds. Good work. Left foot comes forward. Let's start with that dragon lunge. So blocks might come on the inside of that left foot. Stacking joints, knee above ankle. Relax through the toes. Drop the right hip down and then open through the chest. Again, if you haven't got blocks, fingertips might come down and you can always be here. Crown of the head reaches away, as long as the shoulders aren't crunching up towards the ears. You're in a good place here. Preparing to come to that little twist, dragon twist. Right hand comes down to the mat or to the block. We open up onto that knife edge of the foot. We start to turn around. Maybe that hand comes to the sacrum. It can stay onto the knee as well. Give the sacrum a little press as you drop the hips a bit more, but press through that right palm so we're not dropping the chest. Nice. Beautiful. Twisted dragon. And maybe one side might be a little bit more challenging for you, so always find that deepness of breath and mindfulness here, releasing the left hand back, taking hold of those blocks if you have them, and then bringing one to the either side of that leg, Coming up onto the heel, drawing the toes up towards you, soften into the knee if you have tight hamstrings. Lengthen the spine here. So chin starts to jut away. And then exhale, start to fold the body over the front leg, chin to shin. Deep inhale, deep exhales. Let everything release. Head drops a little more on each breath out. Couple more breaths. And slowly, hands come back and lift the body. Draw that heel back and release through the hips once more. A few circles, cat and cows, whatever feels good. We're coming off the knees. So let's swing the legs around in front of us and take a nice slow roll down through the spine here, all the way to the mat, and gently, when the shoulder blades and the head come down, draw the knees in towards the chest and roll and massage out a little bit. Spine relaxes, shoulder blades relax. Neck is long, facial expression is soft. Arms come out to the side of you at shoulder height, palms face up, and soles of the feet come down towards the mat. So keep the knees apart here for a moment, and then shift the hips over to the left-hand side of your mat, and then fold the knees over to the right. You might have a block or a cushion handy so that the knees can rest, but I want you to get into this double knee twist. Right hand may come to the top left knee just to add a little bit of extra weight into that twist. Remember, we're working through our twists and our revolves today. Breathe into all of those lovely organs. Stomach, intestines. Breathe into the spine. One more breath here. Try to relax through that top left hip. And release that right hand away if you chose to add extra weight. Bring the feet back, bring the knees back. Realign the hips, the pelvis into the center. Take a moment, rest. And then shift the hips over to the right. And then the knees gently fall over to the left. Maybe you've got a block either underneath or in between. And then again, the left hand might just add a little bit of extra weight. It doesn't have to pull them down, just adds that extra weight to the top of the leg. Open up the chest, so you're drawing that right shoulder down. Breathe into the spine, breathe into the organs as you twist to the opposite side. One last breath here. Releasing the top hand, gently bring the knees, the feet back into the center of the mat. Realign the spine into the center and take a moment's rest and recovery from those gentle twists. We're going to intensify that twist. So this is where you might use the strap or the belt. If you haven't got either of those, that's okay. So you can place the strap over the right foot, extend the leg up towards the sky. If you haven't got the strap, hold on to the calf or behind the thigh. Try not to pull on the strap, just try and hold the leg there so that the leg's not going to drop anywhere. We're going to let that right leg drop over to the side of our mat, foot, ankle in line with hip. Okay, now keeping the openness through the chest, right arm now reaches out towards your opposite side. So right arm comes up and over, that's it. Notice what you're feeling here on the inner groin, inner thigh, and that underneath leg, the left leg, flex through the foot as if you're standing. So we're twisting the torso up towards the sky, nice and gently, find the breath. If you need to, bend into the knee. You don't have to have a straight leg. Good. One last breath. Slowly rock yourself back. That right leg stays up in the air and the left leg joins it. Arms either out to the side or, if you wish, cactus. So bend at the elbow, backs of the hands come down. Take a look at the toes and point the feet up. You can always bend the knees here. Draw the toes back towards you, flexing into the ankle. Point through the feet. Stacking joints, ankles in line with hips. And then start to draw big circles with the big toe. Feet go out to the sides and then circle inwards. All right. Right leg reaches along the mat, left leg stays up. Again, you can use that strap, bend the knee, or you can hold onto the leg. Start to roll over onto the right hip, left foot comes down to the mat, and then left arm opens out towards the side of you, and just feel that openness again through the collarbone, through the chest. Right foot, right leg straight, start to flex into the right foot as if you are standing. We're turning that revolve towards that left thigh. Notice how it feels on the opposite side. There's always modifications here where you can bend that top knee. Doing great. This is technically your hand to big toe number 3. And yes, we will be doing it standing. And inhale. Lift that left leg back up towards the sky. Right leg joins it. Once more, dead bug. This time, arms come away from the mat, fingertips reach away. Lift the shoulders away from the mat so you're rounding through the shoulder blades as if someone's pulling your fingers up towards the sky. Point the feet as if someone's pulling your toes. And then as you flex and relax into the legs, let the shoulders melt and drop back down. Circle through wrists, feet, nice and relaxed here, dead bug. Widen the knees and just let the arms come on the inside of the knees here. And then take a happy baby. either half or a full. You can do right leg and left leg. Roll from side to side. Hands either on the ankles or the feet. And then come back into the center, find stillness, lengthen the tailbone down towards the mat, down towards the end of your mat. Facial expression is smiling, eyes are smiling, body is relaxed and breathing into happy baby. So now that we have prepared, we are going to come up to standing. Release the hands, release the legs, place the soles of the feet down, hands come down by the side of the hips, press through the palms and the feet, lift the hips up into bridge, send the knees away, stretch the thighs, hip flexors. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Keep lifting the hips, engaging the glutes. 2 more breaths. And gently roll down, shoulder blades, upper back, middle back, lower back, hips still stay high, and then sacrum. Draw the knees in, roll and massage out a little bit. Just take note of how the body feels. Circle the knees around one way and the other and take your time. Roll over, side of the mat. And just bring yourself back into a child's pose. However you get there, might be wide leg. Hands might come underneath the forehead. And just gently breathe once more through the back body. Pressing up into tabletop. On your next exhale, we're going to take it up to downward facing dog. Tucking the toes, keeping the knees nice and bent, lift the hips up towards the sky, press the chest backwards, relax the head, the neck, give yourself a yes and a no. Ears come between the biceps and then start releasing a heel at a time as you pedal out through the legs. Take note of how the back of the legs now feel. In downward dog, when you're ready, deep exhale, both heels go down together. There is not a necessity that both heels meet the mat. Some do, some don't, mine don't. All depends on your Achilles tendon, your calves, your hamstrings, and your spine. Slowly, slowly, slowly walk the feet towards the hands at the center of your mat here. Bring the feet at the back of the wrists, sway from side to side. Take a Ganesha sway as you interlace the hands around the elbows. Release through the spine. Keep the knees nice and soft and bent. Then find stillness and nice and gently start to roll up through the spine. Take time, we've been down there a while. And release the hands. Good work. How are we doing? Spine feeling good? All right, ready for some nice revolves? Okay, so using your blocks if you have them, right foot steps forward and left foot is about a 45-degree angle pointing towards the outer edge of your mat. Now these blocks can be on any of those levels. We're coming into a forward-facing pyramid or a forward-facing triangle. So notice this, the hips here. Is the right hip pulling forward or is the left hip pulling forward? Think if you had like a book. Let me do that. Ha ha ha. If you had a book resting on your sacrum. It's going to, yes, a block even. You could even put a block there, Monica. So we're not going to, we're not going, it's a very slippy book, isn't it, really? We're not going to lose that shape of the pelvis. There we go. So nice long spine, bend into that front knee if it's pulling into the hamstrings and the inner thigh. Start to draw the toes up of the front foot. Relax the toes in the back foot. Draw the, draw the heel up. Nice, that's it. And relax the foot down. Good. Take a nice deep inhale, open the chest and start to fold forward over that leg. Don't go too deep if it's not comfortable. Relax the head. Crown of the head reaches down towards the toes. Good. Amazing. We're holding all of these for 5 breaths. It's a good job I didn't demonstrate with a glass of water, isn't it? On my back. We're coming into a revolved triangle. So the block either comes on the inside or, for additional challenge, on the outside of that front right foot. I'm going to recommend that we go to the inside first of all. Left hand comes down and then the right hand comes to the sacrum. Looking forward, or you can start to open the rib cage and start to twist the chest towards that front right thigh. If the hand on the sacrum is comfortable enough, that's fine. It can stay here. Remember, bend through that front knee if you're already pulling into the back of the hamstring, but ground through the back foot. That's more important. Maybe raising that top right arm up towards the sky. Deepens into that twist. Lovely. Really lovely. Holding for those 5 breaths. Not too much weight goes into that underneath left hand. You are supporting and stabilizing yourself by strong core, strong sides of the body, strong back of the body. This is going to build your spinal strength. Last breath. Gently release the hand and release the legs. Take it back. Do a downward dog or a forward fold, whatever you might need here. Maybe a child's pose. Preparing for the left. Left foot comes forward. Right foot, 45 degrees. Again, notice if the left hip is pulling forward too much. Think about the pelvis being nice and square and stable. Lift through the abdomen. Long spine. Crown of the head reaches away. Bend into that front knee if it's tight into the hamstrings and the inner groin, and start to draw those toes up towards you. Try to release any tension in your back toes. Your back foot is grounding you. The further that the feet are apart, the more challenging that this posture could be for you. Release the toes down. And then inhale, give yourself that lift. Belly stretches away from the thigh so you get space to fold. And relax the body down. Hands might come to blocks or to the mat. Crown of the head reaches towards the toes and the mat. Draw the right hip forward, left hip back. Breathe into the front leg. One more breath. And then that revolved triangle coming up, block or hand on the inside foot, and left hand comes to the sacrum. Start to open up the chest towards the left side of your mat, and hand might stay on the sacrum there. It's a good, nice, comfortable place. Or if the shoulder and the spine allow you, you might raise that top arm. Palm faces the way that the chest faces. More rotation into the spine. Keep the pelvis nice and stable. Not too much weight into that underneath. Hand on the block or the mat. Beautiful. Relax the back toes. Ground through the heel. One last breath. Release the hand back. Bend through the front knee nice and gently. Leave the blocks where they are. And step it back. Take a down dog, forward fold, or a child's pose. Whatever you think you need right here. We've got one more standing balance to come. Coming up from child's pose into tabletop to down dog, walking the feet forward into a fold. Take time to bring the hands to the shins, to the thighs, and bring yourself up to mountain pose, Tadasana. Bring the feet together, hands go down by the side of the body. Let's take 5 breaths here in mountain, maybe closing the eyes for a moment to settle the breath and the heart rate, but also to find a drishti point. Focus through the center of your third eye, the area between the forehead. We're going to need it for our next standing balance, which is our hand to big toe 3. And of course, you can always hold onto a wall, a chair or something, using that strap, or you might just wish to use your hands here. So first variation of hand to big toe is that we draw the left knee in towards the chest. So hold on to the wall. If you have something by the side of you, that's okay. I want you to really ground through that foot and draw up through the quadricep of that right supporting leg. Remember, long spine. We're not tilting the body back or bringing the body forward. Remember when we were sitting down and we extended those legs out in front of us, we don't want to cross that leg across our path of our right leg. So here we're going to start to turn the body towards that front thigh, reaching that arm out, either comes to the sacrum or behind you. Good. Nice lift through the spine there. Monica, a little bit forward. That's it. Yeah. Now, if you can, maybe hand comes to underneath the foot. It's okay. You can stay on the knee. It's all right. We're more about the twist. And then maybe that leg extends out in front of you. Open chest. We did this on the floor. This is what you looked like when you were lying down. Amazing. So if you're not here, this is a good place to be. We can do this. Chest turning towards left thigh. Good. 5 breath hold. Find the balance through that right supporting leg. Gently release the foot, release the hand, come back to Tadasana. Find 5 breaths, both feet grounding you. And you're like, whew, thank goodness I've got both feet down now. So remember, left side, you can always hold on to something. Well, it would be that hand if you're going to twist away, but so bringing the right knee up towards the chest. Lengthen through this supporting thigh. Feel grounded through the ankle. You can stay here. Hand comes to the sacrum, or you can turn towards the thigh. Good. So chest turns towards right leg. Even if you go an inch, you don't have to be too deep in these postures. Maybe that right arm goes back behind you. And then if you can, reach for the foot or your strap. Extend the leg out. Full hand to big toe. Open out as if you were on that reclined position. Wow. Doing great. Holding for 5 breaths here. Smile to yourself because this is your last one. Good work. Find the drishti. Maybe it goes back towards the back thumb. Woo! That will change the gaze. And bring the hands back. Feet come down. Find a Tadasana. 5 breaths. And nice and gently. Inhale, arms raise up to the sky. Big stretch, and then press the pelvis forward and reach the thumbs back behind you. Little arch into the spine. And then exhale, hands come to third eye. Take a fold and all the way down into the fold. And I am going to rush to get my laundry in before it rains. Stepping back into a plank. Coming down to tabletop for your ground position. And if you wish to, coming to cobra into your down dog for your final connecting vinyasa. Back to child's pose. Well done. And then rolling up through the spine. Bring the knees together. And just hands come back behind you here. Lift the hips. Stretch the knees away. Stretch through the thighs. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Open up the chest here once more to the sky. Gaze either ahead or up towards the sky. 5 breaths, always. And release down. Swing the legs around in front of you. And TP twist here. So pelvis nice and stable. Right hand comes to left thigh. Left hand back behind you. You might kind of press against that knee, but don't push the knee in towards the other knee. There's a gap here. I'll tell you what to do actually. If you've got a block or a cushion, put it between the knees. And that will stop you from pushing the knees together. So elbow might come to the outer edge. Again, you can always just hold. It doesn't have to be the elbow. Open up. Look towards that back hand. Oh, that's a good one. TP twist. Shoulders are nice and level. Try to relax through the right shoulder. Sitting nice and tall on those sit bones, long spine, and then gently bring yourself back into center. I'm going to turn around so I can see you. And then again, that hand comes out on the outside, TP twist, up onto the fingertips or onto a block, looking back behind you. It's like you're looking away from the sea, back to the ice cream van, going, I'd really like a 99 right now. Nice and tall, steady breath. Nothing is awkward. We've warmed up our spines so much today. And gently and slowly bring yourself back into center. And then big hug. Oh, chest comes down to the thighs. Relax the head between the knees. Take hold of the ankles and really stretch the spine here. Top to bottom, bottom to top. And last little bit of challenge. Oh, both legs go up, balancing on those sit bones. And twist out to the right. Both arms. Reach, reach, reach. Good. Bring center and reach, reach, reach to left. Reach the toes away, reach the fingertips away, keep long in the spine and bring yourself center. Feet come down. Take a nice slow roll down. Each and every vertebra. Feel them going down to the mat. Shoulder blades come down. Last is back of your head. Knees come in towards the chest. And roll, massage out. Left leg extends all the way along the mat. Keep the right knee bent and knee to chest here. Try and relax both hips. And slide that right heel all the way along the mat. Take a moment of recovery in Shavasana. Starting to slow the breath, slow the heart rate. Right leg stays long. Left knee draws in. Exhale as the thigh presses towards the rib cage. And relax through both hips. Slide the right heel away as you extend that leg all the way along the mat. Meet the right. Arms come out to the side for a moment's rest. Take note of how the body feels after the practice today. And then draw both knees in. Let's take a reclined child's pose here. So the hands come over the top of the shins. Your knees might be apart or together. And then lengthen the tailbone down and along the mat. Neck is nice and soft and long. Breathe through the spine. Breathe into the hips and legs. And then take those legs straight up to the sky. And then start to twist the knees to the right, twist the knees to the left, so the hips kind of are moving, pelvis is shifting right to left. See what movement you can find there. So the toes, the ankles, the knees and the hips all turn as one. And then find stillness back here. And then release the feet down and make yourself warm. If there's something else that you might need to do for yourself, go ahead, do that. We're going to come into our Shavasana for at least 5 minutes. Pop some socks on and a jumper if you haven't already. And now lie back to enjoy the benefits of your practice. So lying down on your backs, feet go to the outer edges of your mat. Arms come out to the side, palms face up. Relax the shoulders as you lie down. Maybe the head just gently moves from side to side so that you can start to free into the neck. And closing the eyes if you feel comfortable to do so, or keeping a soft gaze up to a single point on the ceiling. And as you breathe out, allow the eye area to soften, the forehead relaxes, the jaw and the cheeks soften, the chest hardly rises at all with your breath now. Steady inhales and exhales. Let the belly rise on the breath in. Fill the belly with breath and exhale. Relax through the hips and the pelvis, the lower back. Another deep breath into all of those organs that we've really sent a lot of blood and nourishment to today. And the next exhale, send that breath all the way down the legs, relaxing muscles, down to the feet, relaxing ankles and toes. And if the mind starts to wander in the next couple of minutes, just return back to that breath and that conscious awareness of you and your body on your mat. I'll leave you for a couple of minutes of silence. And beginning to deepen your breath to bring awareness back into your surroundings. Back into your room on your mat and into your body by bringing gentle and soft movement. Hands, feet, head. Choosing to stretch or draw the knees in and rolling out. Massaging that wonderful spine that we've just worked really diligently today. Mindfully, carefully. Many, many twists. And taking time to roll over to one side to return up to a comfortable seat, sitting on a cushion or a block or bolster. Bring the hands into heart center where we began our practice. And just take note of how you feel now, how the spine, how you feel mentally, emotionally, physically. And also always return back to that statement of affirmation, the I am statement, which you might have introduced, or the intention for practice. Maybe that guided and supported you, but also how that intention can be taken when you roll up your mat and take yoga with you into your daily life. Giving yourself a big thank you to your body, your breath, and your focus today for those balances. And I thank you enormously as always. Namaste.